Hi everyone, so I'm Dheeraj and in this video session I'm just going to solve one question from probability. Okay, so this question I have taken from electronics and communication branch and the gate paper is 2021, right? This is a part of the question you can say, right? I'm saying the probability is a part of the question where entire final answer dependent on computation of probability, right? So what I will recommend here is student preparing for gate data science and AI computer science, irrespective of their branch, they can watch this session and learn how to compute probability, right? Okay. What is Dheeraj sir algorithm is going to be so that you can get the answer very quickly, right? And this question is for 2 marks. So let me switch to the problem directly, right? So in a high school having equal number of boy student and the girls student. Okay, so they have given clearly that the probability of being boy is half, probability of being girl is half. Since okay, so from the very first line, you can say probability of being boy is half, and probability of being girl is gonna be half only. Okay, now 75% of the student study science and remaining 25% student study commerce, right? And then what they have given, commerce student are 2 times more likely to be a boy than are the science students. Okay, so this is the line which nobody, like many of us, do not understand, in fact fail to understand. Okay, the commerce students are 2 times more likely to be a boy than our science student. They haven't given direct probability here. What they have given here is they have given some condition here, right? Are 2 times more likely to be. Okay, it means it has more probability, right? Student, those who are studying commerce, they are going to be a boy student, is 2 times. Okay, like the probability that the science student will be the boy. Okay, the amount of information gained in knowing that a randomly selected student you can say student studies commerce. So in this question basically they are asking you a question to compute information, right? Amount of information. So this question belongs to, then you can see, information theory, right? But if you forget about this information theory, information question, right, whatever they are asking, you just focus on the event randomly selected girl student studies commerce. So this question will be totally based on probability, right? So information is nothing but log base to 1 by p. Okay, so but this is a p that you have to compute, right? Okay, this is a probability that you have to compute. And if you are able to find this probability p, saying, okay, then you can get the answer. You can say this is pi or p whatever, but p1 you can say. You have to just find this p1. Okay, now the question is, how do we find this p1? How can we find this p1, right? So if you go through this question, many of you might get struggled. Oh my god, what we have to do, right? If you're dependent on formula, right? But if you have attended my classes, okay, then you are going to use one very powerful tool that is called sequential description of the events, or you can say the tree diagram, right? Tree diagram. So I'm just going to solve this question using tree diagram, and you will say that, Dheeraj sir, it's a great tool. Okay. So after watching the session, or what you can do here is you can pause the video and try to compute this P. Okay. Understanding what is the event here. The event is going to be what? Girl student studies commerce. Randomly selected girl students studies commerce. Okay. That is the event. For what you have to find the probability. Okay, and try to pause the video and try to compute and calculate, see how much time you're going to take. But after watching my session, solution, you will not take more than 120 seconds. So let's begin the solution here, right? So this is already given and this is what you have to find out. But forget about information at this moment, because other branch of engineering student, they do not understand what is information and all. But I believe that many of you understand what is information. Information is always expressed in terms of log base to 1 by p. So what they have given in the question is 75% of the students, study science, and then remaining 25% student study commerce. So, you know, from the classroom, you can say that in the school, you can say there is a commerce students, right? And there is a science student. So science students are nothing but 75%. That is nothing but 3 by 4. And commerce students are nothing but what? 1 by 4, you can say. 3 by 4 means what? 75%. 75% converted into fraction. This is also again one aptitude. 75%, the fractional equivalent of 75% is going to be 3 by 4. 25%, that is 1 by 4. So you know that Dheeraj sir also teaches aptitude, right? So he always, you know, revolves around aptitude, 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 so that your life can get simplified. So 75, you have to think like this, that is 3 by 4. Dealing with fraction is gonna be quite easy here, right? 1 by 4 is a 25%. Now, these commerce students can be boy as well as a girl, right? You can say they can be boy or they can be girl. They can be boy and they can be girl. Now in the question they have mentioned that the commerce students are more likely, you can say 2 times, they are more likely to be a boy than the science students. Okay, this is the line that you have to understand. Commerce students are 2 times more likely to be a boy than the science students. The commerce students are 2 times, like you can say that the probability of B, given that science student is nothing but P here. Okay, so it is going to be 2P. From that line, this is the information that you have to take out. I hope this makes sense to all, right? So needless to compute G. Okay, I mean, what is the probability of G given that C, probability of G given that science? Once you are able to compute what is this P, small p, life is very easy. Now, how to compute small p? You can go for total probability theorem. What is total probability theorem? You know this branch probabilities, right? Let me highlight this branch. Okay. If you know this branch probability, what you have to do? You have to multiply them. Use multiplication rule. Add them. Multiply the probabilities, add them. You will get the probability of B. Probability of the boy, you can say. So let me write here. So you can say here is that, let me directly take, let me take myself here. So you can say that the probability of B is going to be what? Take this probability, that is 1 by 4 times 2p, plus take this probability. So this is 3 by 4 times p. You know, these probabilities are conditional probability. This is conditional probability. This is conditional probability. Okay. Needless to write formula and all. You know that how to compute total probability. That is probability of, you know, being B, right? Using multiplication rule, total probability theorem. I have talked about these things in our classroom. So this is the probability of B is what? 1 by 2. That is given in the question itself, right? You can see this. So 1 by 2 is nothing but this is going to be what? This is 2p and this is 3p, 5p by 4. From here you can say p is going to be what? 2 by 5. So this is 2 by 5. So this is going to be what, guys? 3 by 5. Okay. And this is nothing but what? If this is 2 by 5, so it is going to be 4 by 5. So it will be 1 by 5, right? So I think computing probabilities become very easy now, right? Now what they are asking, basically, they are asking you to compute the information, amount of information, but forget for the moment. You have to find this P1. What is this P1? They have said that the randomly selected girl student studies commerce. Let me select randomly, and I'm going to select girl only, right? So let me select here. So this is a girl that I have selected, right? You can say, sorry, I'm just going to select random girls. Okay, let me select this girl and this girl. Okay, and they study what? They study commerce. They study commerce, right? So you have already arrived at this point. You have selected girl, but you have to think about what they study. They study commerce or the science. So they study commerce as well as science. Okay. But what you have to find out? You have to find out here the conditional probability of this kind. I'm just going to write this, okay? So you have to find that given that you have whatever you have selected is a girl, but she studies commerce, okay? What is this? How to find this? You know that the denominator is gonna be probability of G, but needless to write any formula. Let me say that. I'm just going to erase these things. Okay. I'm just going to show you. What? How to write directly. Okay. What they are saying, already you know that the student is gonna be a girl, but she studied what? She studied commerce, you can say, right? So what you have to do here is you have to take this guy, multiply this 1 by 4 times 1 by 5. 1 by 4 times 1 by 5 upon. I mean, this is nothing but what? This is nothing but a probability. From here, you can find the conditional probability G intersection C, right? That is going to be 1 by 4 times 1 by 5, okay? Upon the probability of being girl is nothing but 1 by 2, which is nothing but probability of what? G intersection C upon the probability of G, right? That is a formula everyone knows. So what is this? It is going to be 2 by 20, which is nothing but 1 by 10, okay, which is 0.1. So this is what you have to find out in this question. But if you are from electronics and communication students, so what you have to compute here is amount of information. So amount of information is going to be what? Amount of information, that is I, is going to be log 1 by 0.1. That is nothing but, okay, you can take 0 up, right? 1 by 0.1, because P is 0.1, okay? So this is going to be log 10. Make sure that the base should be 2. So you have to take this log 10 base 2. What is log 10 base 2? How to compute that? Let me use the calculator, guys. I'm just going to show you, right? Because there is a different base, right? You know how to compute log of base 10, log of base E. But बहुत सारे students क्या करते हैं? They don't know how to compute using online calculator. I'm going to show you, right? Log 10 base 2. How to compute that? Let me switch to the board, right? Favorite board. Yes. So I'm just going to show you. Yeah. This is what I'm gonna show you, right? You see, what we have to do here is you just put here. You take, this 10. Just put 10. Okay. Then you take log 10. 10 log x. Now, what is the base here? The base is gonna be 2. So you are getting answer as 3.321. I hope this makes sense. Let me repeat it. What you have to compute here is you have to compute log 10 base 2. So first you put 10. Then take this guy, because this guy can give you different base log. Then put 2. Press equal. You will get 3.321. What you will get? You will get 3.321. I hope this makes sense. Okay? So answer will be 3.321. Now let me get back to the question. So they are asking rounded off to 3 decimal places. So answer is going to be 3.321. This is the correct answer. You will get 2 marks. And imagine that if you don't know the technique that I told you to compute probability, how much time you're going to take. You see, how many steps I have taken, okay? Very small steps. In fact, I am not using any sort of formula also. All the formulas are abstracted away, right? All the formulas are hidden. I'm just using this tree diagram. I have the tool in my mind, the total probability, the multiplication rule, the Bayes theorem. You have to identify, in this question, you have to apply Bayes theorem, right? And find out the probability using Bayes theorem. Here the probabilities are not only the ordinary probabilities. Here the concept of conditional probability is also there. Okay. So I have taken this question to explain you nearly 15 minutes, but you have to solve this question in 120 seconds. So thank you. We'll meet in the next session. Keep learning.